Hey everyone, welcome back to Fake Nerds. I'm your host, Brian. Phil Spencer, the Microsoft Gaming CEO, recently appeared on the Xbox Era podcast to discuss everything happening in the Xbox ecosystem. The interview was interesting, and I suggest you listen to it in its entirety for more context, but it really did seem like Spencer was officially waving the white flag on the console war and competing with PlayStation for console sales. When asked about trying to engage players who prefer to play on Nintendo or Sony's consoles, and about the cut that their competitors get from revenue generated on those platforms, he said, quote, "I'm not trying to move them all over to Xbox anymore. We're also invested in where our games are. Let's just allow more people to play. And yes, the 70% that we make on games on other platforms is helpful to us, being able to build a great portfolio like we showed at Developer Direct. And I hope this will continue to show through the rest of the year." Close quote. On the show, I've been pretty consistent about the fact that it seemed that this is the way that things were going for Microsoft. The investment into Bethesda, 7.5 billion, and Activision Blizzard, 69 billion, necessitates Microsoft being open to having their games on every platform in order to maximize the revenue generated by those brands. That's why Black Ops 6 is on PlayStation 5, and why Starfield will probably be coming to that console soon, let alone all the ports that will happen when the Nintendo Switch 2 comes out. As an Xbox gamer, it's a little disappointing that in the future there might not be a dedicated system. I own so many games on it, and I really enjoy having my achievements dating back to 2007 tied to the profile, but at least they've brought that experience over to PC somewhat. So, what do you think about Phil Spencer's new official position? Are you like me, where you kind of connected the dots on things in the past, or were you a bit blindsided? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer also talked about Game Pass's place in the industry and how it allows teams to take risks that they normally wouldn't be able to due to the demands of the industry. As we've been over before, every studio is shifting their focus towards longer games or live service experiences. Games that want your money and time forever. Game Pass, paying studios for the right to host their games, can take the financial pressure off the studios and allow them to make games that they normally wouldn't bother even starting. Here's what Spencer said on the topic. Quote, I said years ago, and I kind of got some tomatoes thrown at me about the impact that first party games have on our industry, and was really this struggle that I saw the business results. And it's obviously been used for single player games, like there's no doubt. But part of our reason for trying to get a subscription going was to allow us to also support games that have a beginning, middle, and end. I think that the synergies between I want to play a game, Indie's not a small game, but like say Indie, and then when I've finished, Avowed's coming. I love the event from our Dev Direct, like all of those were single player games. They were all games that have a beginning, middle, and end. It was because I didn't want to see every game turn into some big live service based game because they felt like that's where the business model has. It's not easy to do that. Not every story is told in that way. Not every game kind of supports that or creative idea supports that business model. And I love the fact that we can go, and when I look over at Double Fine's work on the next, what I think about a team like Compulsion, right? There aren't the biggest teams and they don't want to be massive 1,000 person teams. I want them to be able to do great work. And I want to be able to create a platform that can support that. Close quote. Despite Xbox's struggles to compete head to head with Sony, which have been well documented, and obviously the shift towards promoting Game Pass is to make money off of the subscription. This kind of take is somewhat of a bit of breath of fresh air. I really enjoy small experiences. Sometimes the sheer size of titles makes me hesitant to start them, or the fact that it's a live service game turns me off of it. I already have a live service game I play, and I'm not really interested in adding another one currently. I don't know how sustainable Game Pass is, but I'm not going to complain about a company allowing developers to try something a bit different than the current industry standard. So, what are your thoughts on Spencer's comments? Do you subscribe to Game Pass? If so, what do you think of the value it provides? Let me know in the comments. Finally, GTA 6 is going to be a new version of the metaverse. Do you remember the metaverse? That weird VR project that Mark Zuckerberg bet everything on to the point that he changed his company's name from Facebook to Meta. It was promised to be a one-stop shop for anything you could imagine, when in reality, it ended up being rather lackluster and ultimately caused Zuckerberg to have a huge midlife crisis. And now he's cool, I guess. He drinks beer, his hair's long, he surfs. I don't know. Personally, I'm not buying into it. Much like people didn't buy into the metaverse in the first place. So when I hear from DigiDay that Rockstar is looking to make GTA 6 a metaverse-like experience, it gives me pause. From their article, quote, Rockstar Games has been in discussion with top Roblox and Fortnite creators, as well as dedicated GTA content creators, about the potential to create custom experiences inside the upcoming game. According to three industry insiders with knowledge of these meetings, who requested anonymity in order to protect business relationships, these experiences would allow creators to modify the game's environment and assets to bring their own intellectual property and potentially their brand sponsors into GTA's virtual sandbox. Close quote. Even though Meta failed spectacularly at this concept, I do believe if anyone can succeed at creating a metaverse, it's Rockstar. They already are incredibly popular with roleplay streamers, and the GTA games are a sandbox in and of themselves. Fortnite has shown that user generated content can be popular. Hell, Halo 3 showed that with Forge mode. The biggest issue for Meta was that they gave us a product that, quite frankly, looked terrible when compared to other games. I get that it had to run on the Oculus Quest 2, but it just wasn't up to par with other gaming experiences, and nobody really joined. Why would you spend hundreds of dollars on a headset to experience a middling product? Rockstar won't have that issue. They've been working on GTA 6 for years, and from the trailers, it looks like it's going to be pretty awesome. Plus, so many people already have PlayStation 5s and Xboxes. So, what do you think? Will Rockstar be able to succeed where Meta failed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe. Check out our Fake Nerds dedicated channel, our Wicked Good Everything channel, and our Wicked Good Sports if you're into sports, and our podcasting channel, Better Radio. I'm Brian. I'm a fake nerd, but this has been some real news. We'll see you in the next one.